This summer, Dakota News Now has been bringing you the stories on people missing or murdered in the state of South Dakota. Beth Warden has been the driving force behind our first Alert Investigator series, Missing and Murdered. She joins us here at 6:30. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, kind of tell us what started, inspired you to start this series.
Well, like many of us, we're probably seeing these missing announcements on social media. And one of the things that I noticed is so many of them were like homemade flyers. None of them seemed to be coming from the same place. And I thought, what's going on collectively to get this information out? And the more I started digging, the more I realized that there were so many missing and murdered people where the family was the driving force behind trying to get the word out.
And last night's story has been widely viewed on Dakota News Now. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, Tony Redbear, what an inspiration. First of all, for her to share the story of just being a naive girl, being kept in a hotel in Rapid City and assaulted, and what followed after that. That is a story of strength and courage. And now she's used this situation to really give back to her own community back at the Cheyenne River Reservation. She is now the tribe's behavioral health director. And so she is reaching out to people that are self-medicating with alcohol or drugs because of previous trauma, helping those that have been assaulted the same way she was. And if you go to the website and you look at the story and you scroll down a little bit more, the entire interview with Tony Redbear is there. And if you've got the time, oh, it's just amazing because she talks too about how her husband's grandmother was missing. This is the thing I'm finding. You go to these reservations, you talk to people that are Native American, just right here in our own communities off the reservation. They don't know maybe just one person that's been missing or murdered. They know multiple people. So it's not that rare. And to hear the story of Tony's husband just coming home to his grandmother's house like he did every day after school, and she was missing. And her body was not found for years later. So just to highlight the need for coordination of getting the word out can be crucial for saving a life.
That awareness, and yes, we do encourage you to go check out that story on dakotanewsnow.com. And with these stories, there is a reoccurring issue that keeps popping up. Talk a little bit about that.
You know, one of the things that I heard, and Tony mentions this in her interview too, find one person that you can tell them where they're going. Maybe you don't want all your family to know who you're hanging out with or what you're doing, or maybe you're embarrassed by it, whatever. Find that one person that you can still check in with, get on Life 360, because it could completely save your life.
Yeah, sharing your location with people is very important a lot of times. And you have some stories coming up as well. Talk a little bit about that.
Oh, do you know that there are actually 3 unidentified bodies with ties to South Dakota that are still waiting to be identified? That's one of the stories that's coming up.
Wow.
And also another story, this happened years ago. The story is from back in the 70s, a 12-year-old girl, she and her friend, walking from Hot Springs with the goal of getting to Eagle Butte. One of them made it and the other one has never been seen. So that story is coming up too.
Wow. So if people are at home and maybe have, any information or anything like that, how can they reach out to you? Yeah,
if they would like to highlight a family member's story, I welcome that too. It's you can just email me, beth.warden@dakotanewsnow.com, and I'd be happy to start that conversation.
Well, thank you for being here, Beth.
Thank you.